Sir,
Cool.
all
No,
those rude comments.
You gave me subscriptions? No.
And and then someone tried to go kill Trump today.
Oh my god, what?
Someone broke into Mar-a-Lago with a shotgun in a can of gas, and he was shot.
Can we not start the show out with that? Like, holy God in heaven.
Yeah.
hey, we're starting the show off with a bang, okay?
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh, man, Jesus, Griffin, you just couldn't help yourself.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, holy crap.
Well, it's after that he wanted Trump to perform a shotgun wedding, you know.
Oh.
You know, that'd be kind of fun.
He's a 21-year-old kid who disappeared from his North Carolina house. His parents reported him missing yesterday, and he popped up in Florida.
He still lives with his parents?
Well,
20-year-old doesn't
Unker?
have parents these days.
21-year-old kid.
And that's the worst. Go ahead. I know. Go ahead. Have it.
Here's the thing. I know what you were going to say, but I'm not showing up at someplace with a shotgun. So.
Oh no, I wasn't going to pick on you because of what you said afterwards. So that's why I was going to let you ride first, and then I was going to jump in afterwards. I actually wasn't going to pick on you for once. I know, right? Surprising.
It's very.
No, I was just going to say that's been very intentional. Like the culture. The overall spirit of the age of the culture has been intentionally trying to do that, to keep people that should be, by all means and rights, adults and out on their own, living independently. They have done everything they can to infantilize them and they want childhood to last as long as possible. That, there's been a lot.
College is being treated as a freaking second daycare.
Yep.
Well, college is being high school, but that makes a lot of sense given the whole staying on your parents' insurance longer. That actually, I think that really fucked with
it was
things.
intentional. It was, and that was intentional. That's part of the reason why they did it, was intentionally to try to keep you on your parents' tit even longer. And the argument was, well, it'll just be for college students. And so you have to be going to college. And then by the time the thing passed, the requirement about college was completely gone. It was anybody under 25 could stay on their parents' insurance.
That's why I say the idea that I think is they need to raise the voting age to 25, because if people are going to be acting as children in their 20s and they don't know anything about the real world because they're living with mommy and daddy at that age, then you shouldn't be able to vote.
No, might as well, because that was what irritated me about it. I had a problem with it in high school. I was like, wait, I can enlist in the military, because back in the day, if you had your draft card, if you had your draft card showing that you'd signed up for the draft and you were 18, you could drink, right? And at least beer, right? And at least beer. Some places wouldn't allow liquor, but they would at least allow you beer. And all of that shit changed, and it wasn't even the federal law that changed, because the federal law constitutionally doesn't have the authority to do that. What they did was they tied the drinking age requirement to federal highway funds. So if your state refused to raise your drinking age to 21, they wouldn't give you federal highway funds.
That sounds like it's forced rather than a natural thing.
Yeah, weird how that works. Coercion, I know, right? That was my problem with the whole situation. I'm like, okay, you can sign up, you can enlist and die for your country at 18, but you can't have a beer. Well, now you can enlist and die for your country, and you can't have a beer, have a cigarette, or have a vapor, or in some cases have CBD, or cannabis. But you can go out there, they will put you through intense training to make you one of the best and most efficient killers efficient killers on the planet. Trust you with some of the most lethal weapons that mankind has ever come up with. But you can't be trusted with a beer or a cigarette. Make that make sense.
Which is why I also said is that if you are in the military after a year's service, you are free to vote.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's good. Oh God, Sunker lost her phone.
And I mean, personally, I actually wouldn't mind if we adopted the model of the Federation in Starship Troopers.
Right? Yeah, service before citizenship.
And I mean, there's more than just military service that you can do. So I mean, it's not not impossible.
No, I argued in high school. I used to say, if you don't want to join the military, there's always like Greenpeace or Doctors Without Borders that you could volunteer with.
One of the founders of Greenpeace, he's like, this is not the Greenpeace I founded.
Right, but this is you gotta think about it. I was discussing this stuff in like the early 2000s, right? You gotta think about it. This is 25 years ago when I was talking about this stuff. This was back when the ACLU used to still defend Yahtzees and white supremacists protesting and having marches in the street. Okay, so this is a whole different world.
Yeah.
God, how much it changes in a quarter century.
Well, so, I mean, one of the videos that I watched by this particular founder or co-founder of Greenpeace, he talked about how all of this claims of us dumping our chemicals and garbage into the ocean is going to destroy the chemical nature of the ocean. He says there's so much calcium in the ocean that no matter how much chemicals or oil or whatever we dump into the ocean, it's not going to affect the ocean at all. There's just that much calcium that neutralizes all that stuff.
Well, yeah, it just looks really ugly, and for a little while, it screws stuff up. Like, undoubtedly, like the oil spills and stuff screw marine life up for a little while. But the Earth has a way of taking care of stuff like that. And where do you think the oil came from?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and the claim, the claim that, you know how they show us pictures of starch white coral reefs and everything? The claim that that's because of the temperature of the ocean heating up and everything, and that's causing them all to die, that's a lie. Because the reason why you have the bright colors in coral reefs is because the coral is living in symbiosis with algae that's giving them that color. But during hotter temperatures of the ocean, when the algae actually becomes toxic to the coral reef, so they're rejecting the algae, which makes that starch white color. So it's a natural biological function for a coral reef to turn white. It's not them dying; it's just a biological function.
But it looks scary, Spark.
Yes, exactly.
It looks scary. It looks scary. I know, right, Table? I know. Table's got it down. Right, Rodimus? I agree, buddy. I know, right, Rodimus? I know. All right. Before we go off on any more tangents of all kinds of things, we're excited for tonight because
why I didn't jump in, because it'd be, the opposing side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nope. Those are the 3 new Sunker videos. I can't click those. Oh yeah, by the way, that pin chat has now changed. It is 3. It is 3 clips and not 2. And could potentially be more if you really tickle my fancy. Let's see. Where is
yes?
I guess there she is.
I know more, but I
already called me everything. Good grief.
I had to wait for her to get back within yelling distance of her microphone.
God damn it! I'm so mad right now because just like I had it and now it's fucking gone.
Do you need me to call it?
I can call it.
Does she have another
well, okay then, little Miss Pissy. Jesus, see if I try to offer to help anymore. My God.
Okay, maybe I should have gone off and tried to make this stuff more spicy.
Apparently.
Here I was trying to be, noble and get us right, shepherd us right back to
He doesn't respond to nobility. You have to irritate her.
Yeah, you really got to kind of like slap her around and kind of treat her like she's filthy. That's kind of
the sad thing is you're totally right on that. And I'm trying to,
I know I am with her. That's why we're friends.
Dalek screaming through the void. Time Lord scheming, oh what a ploy. Zygons shifting flesh and face. Where did it go wrong? What a disgrace. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the TARDIS doors slammed and the monster still stood. A sunken maiden, her yell so clear. is all too real. Common nerd ranting, hands in the air. Gallifrey's gone, he's pulling his hair. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the stories had weight, and the endings were Mr. Grant Gregory, he knows it all, the rise, the fall, the cannon call with his scarf and his specs and his books stacked tall. Grant Gregory, tell us
Cut out there for a half second.
How we doing tonight, boys and girls? Ladies and gentlemen, this is just with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all. Thanks for doing comments. That's last. I was trying not to cough. And welcome back.
All us trying to keep from coughing? Jeez.
Yes, my God. Welcome back to another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good, boys and girls. And we've got a very, very special show tonight for you boys and girls because this is the second series in the second season, and the Daleks are back, boys and girls, and they are invading Earth. So this should be absolutely fascinating to see. I'm excited. This is one of those ones that wasn't available on like the classic Who, like Pluto and all of that kind of stuff. So this is one of the ones I don't even have. I'd never even had the ability to watch, even if I'd wanted to and didn't miss it. While going through back and watching some of this stuff, boys and girls. So I am super, super stoked about that. It should be a good old time. Somebody remind me before I get started for the chat. We had a direct donation on Thursday that I missed. It was a Cash App donation, so we need to make sure we go over that before we say hi to all the fabulous folks out there in the chat, boys and girls. But it's gonna be a good time tonight, watching some Daleks tear up some of the Earth forces and watch some extermination going on. And speaking of things that love to exterminate, Sunker Maiden, how are you, my dear? Did you have fun on Hogwarts Legacy earlier? I heard you screaming and crying a little bit.
She's making fun of me.
I was making fun of Griffin. I was fighting statues. I was blowing up. Was happening. It was a blast. But yeah, and I found my phone. So yay!
And you're flirting with underage girls. Just saying.
It wasn't flirting. In what way was that flirting? It was saying hello and accepting a mermaid invitation.
Not to mention, they're in the same grade.
That's not saying very well of Sunker. How old are you now?
RPG. Oh my God. He's derailing the show already. We're not even 5 minutes into the main show and he's already derailing things. Oh my God.
But I'm doing good. Everything's good. I actually forgot we were watching the first time the Daleks fucking invade Earth, so this is going to be quite interesting.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also, I'm going to be buying a burger, so don't worry about it.
Well, good. I actually ate before the show, so this will actually work up kind of nicely. Speaking of things I like to eat before the show, Spartacus, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm a little excited. This is one of my favorite episodes from William Hartnell. That is, I will admit, it is a little slow, but it is. I like this one, especially the ending where he gives the
don't spoil
iconic
anything.
his most iconic speech.
All right, cool. Ooh, good. Well, that'll be something exciting. Well, even though he's already jumped in for the evening, Griffin, how are you? I heard you were torturing Sunker earlier. Good job.
It's just an ungrounded rumor. She says I'm bad.
Why are you torturing Sunker? That's not nice.
Because I'm bad. I'm bad. Really, really bad. Woo!
Okay, well, that's Griffin. Go ahead, Sunker. No, go ahead.
I'm actually thinking of just now Griffin as like those anthropomorphic humans, but he's like one of those 80 bikers. Like bikers from the 80s. Like, I'm just really cool.
Like Tour de France biker?
Yeah. Yes.
Much more Tour de France, definitely on a Harley. I'm gonna utilize my buttons. Oh, speaking of things that you utilize some buttons, one of the boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, old school OGs of the funmycomic.com era, and honestly, probably the second slowest comic book creator I have ever seen in the fellowship, Jason Sandberg. What's going on, brother? Long time no see. How the hell are you?
It has been too long. I think it's been over a year since we streamed together. When you were on the Friday nights. It was January of January 2025. So things are going really well in my life. And my wife said, nobody has verbally abused you or humiliated you in a while. You need to hook up with Jesse again and get a dose of that. So I'm here to have my chops busted by you pretty much all night, sir. But it is fantastic to see you. Fantastic to see you.
So your wife is outsourcing now.
That's right.
Good one, Sucker. You earned it, sister. You earned it. No, and I'm glad to hear that too. I'm glad she understands at some point you need to be knocked down a few pegs every once in a while. You get a little too full of yourself. And trust me, I am definitely the person I love it. Jason will post on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. I like that Twix. I should start going with that with what Nick does. I'll call it Twix. We're on Twix, and he'll be like, go support Jupiter, because somebody will like, post your indie comics down below, and Jason always jumps in, which I always like repost those things because I got a bunch of friends that are indie comic book creators, and I'm always like, Jason, where's Jupiter #2? Is it 2 years now? Has it been 2 years now?
Let me just clarify a few things. First off, my day job went crazy. You remember when I was on your Wednesday show, like every fifth week, I'd be live streaming from a hotel, right? So that, as crazy as my job was in 2025, I got double crazy. I'll fill you in all the details at some point, but I've gotten I moved from the time I was doing the show till now. I've moved to I've been in 7 different offices, and I've gotten like 2 or 3 promotions. So the day job is good. Everything's crazy, but it has cut into my artwork time. The other thing I'm going to say is, to my credit, Jupiter issue 1 was 40 pages. Issue 2 is going to be 60 pages. 60 pages. So it's going to be 1.5 times the size of the first one. So I will make it worth the wait for everybody. But I appreciate your ongoing encouragement and kind words.
Absolutely. Well, we do love things that are bigger around here. So, Jason, before we jump into everybody getting excited about seeing the Daleks again tonight, what is your history with Doctor Who? Or how much of a Whovian are you? Do you know anything about this? Are you coming in as a virgin, or do you have some limited knowledge? What's your take on all of this?
So here's my thing. Back in the 70s, Tom Baker, Doctor Who on PBS, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I liked it more than Star Wars. I just adored every bit of it. And then later on, when and it was such a magical thing for me that later on, when cable came around and so forth, I said, you know what? I don't want to rewatch them because they won't be as good as I remembered. So for the longest time, I held off on rewatching any Tom Baker, Doctor Who. And then obviously with the 2005 with the reboot, all the way through the third would be the Christmas, all the way through there. Absolutely loved it. You know Jesse, that in my mind, the 2010 Christmas special where they did the homage to the Christmas Carol is one of the single best artifacts of pop culture sci-fi of all time. And it is it's a genuine.
We should have
Christmas
had
movie.
you in for that one. That was such a mistake. I'm sorry. We should have had you in for that one.
The stars
20,000
didn't
lashes
align.
of wet noodle.
Yeah, you probably were too damn busy with work at the time anyway.
Probably it.
That
But-
was
but it's-
4 years ago, was it? 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah.
Dude, that Christmas Carol one was fucking bananas because it just it wasn't just an homage to Christmas Carol. The world they created, right down to the set and how everything looked, it was spectacular.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that one always has a special place in my heart. So I will say that this is going to be special because I have never actually watched. I've seen stills. I've seen snippets. I have never watched any pre Tom Baker episodes. So this will be a new experience for me. And I know that obviously anytime the Daleks show up, it's a special occasion. So thank you for having me on. And I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
no, that's
this is a part of Dalek Mania.
Yeah. Well, and that's awesome to know. I couldn't remember. I knew you'd watched some Who, but I wasn't exactly sure how far and how extensive it'd been. And that's really fun because we've had an absolute blast going through William Hartnell stuff because Sunker nor I had really seen most of it. And we'd certainly never sat down and actually watched and like paid attention to any of it. And obviously she was my host she was my co-host for all of the new Who. And then, Grant, whenever he could pop in and stuff like that. And so it's been an absolute blast because I highly recommend, and I'll shoot you a link, but I highly recommend going back and watching the first season. The episodes are only about 20 minutes long a piece, but you get, especially know the fact that you've watched all of New Who, you get to go back and see all of those firsts, right? The first time somebody goes, it's bigger on the inside, right? The first time you see the Doctor get to be a mischievous little troll, the first time he lies, right? Like all of these things that we now think of as iconic aspects of the Doctor, the majority of those, especially personality trait wise, are all laid out by Hartnell in the first season. And it's absolutely mind-boggling. It's so much fun to go back and watch them.
The first time that Doctor Who is ever uttered by the Doctor himself.
Doctor?
Yes.
But no, it's very funny because it's not even the low production is not as distracting as you think it'd be. Our favorite episode, our favorite story arc was the Marco Polo one, which was found footage. It was basically we got the audio and we have stills.
Yeah,
and we were having fun a lot with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, throughout there's parts of the first and second Doctor's episodes that were lost during fires. During the BBC's cleanup of getting rid of old black and white footage to make room for colored footage, and also even one episode was lost in a war in Cyprus, and so yeah, they're trying to do some things where they're trying to bring them back, or either they're finding them in collectors, in the possession of collectors,
personal collections,
or they're going back and they're just reanimating. They're animating them with just some various forms of animation to give these lost episodes life again.
Which we discovered is a new form of torture for Sunker.
Yeah,
she doesn't
like animation. Depending on the animation style. Go ahead.
It was my thing with that animation was it wasn't highlighting the facial expressions we know Hartnell to give. So that's why I was fucking cracking down on it. It's like, it's not good enough. Also, it made fucking Barbara look like she was 60.
Yes.
Yeah, so those ones, some of those ones were rough. Like that's what I said. The Marco Polo one was just the audio and stills from the set. That's all we had.
Yeah.
And the acting, the writing on it was so damn good that we didn't care. It is, I would say, unarguably the best series in the first season. Unarguably, and that's with me never watching any other. Well, actually, none of us have ever watched any other version than what we got because it's been lost.
Marco Polo and the Daleks Master Plan are the two holy grails for Doctor Who fandom.
So we're gonna get into this right now, right?
No, the Daleks Master Plan is in season 3.
Oh, already.
Yeah.
I'm looking
That's
forward to
another
this
one of
one
those.
because it's like this is the first time, even though it's very much
It's-
well known.
The Daleks Master Plan is also the longest Doctor Who story, and unfortunately, almost all except for maybe 1 or 2 episodes are missing, and it's like 12 episodes long.
Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting to get through. That
We'll
one's gonna
get
be interesting to get through.
As
get through
We
it.
will.
as well as
Oh,
the
yeah,
story
absolutely.
as well as the stories that take place before and after it are also missing.
Oh,
Yeah, that
So
one's gonna be.
it's a
we'll
huge
get,
gap.
We'll get to it though. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. But as always, a friendly reminder: this is the evening stream. So, boys and girls, we've got 3 new videos that I was working on while Sunker was having fun with Hogwarts Legacy. I have a scary Sunker video, I have a dancing Sunker video, and what was the other option? I got scary, I got
Pirate.
dancing. No, we didn't end up making the pirate. What was the other one that I was working on?
that was
Hold
throwing
on,
me
hold
off
on.
so much as I was trying to do baby puzzles. You're like, I'm making more things of you and Grok. I'm like, oh,
Bestest.
great.
We've got Best as Sunker. We've got Best as Sunker as well. So several versions. You guys know how it works with the premieres. For the first time, it's $50. After that one, you guys get them for a whole lot less. So it's just the first one that costs you a little more afterwards. They're cheaper, but we've got 3 new ones and dealer's choice or any of the old ones as well. Boys and girls, we do have a water bill to pay. So I certainly do appreciate you. But somebody came in and was helping with that on Thursday on Cash App. And I did not get the notification, but I definitely, because Cash App is another great way to donate to. And if you guys have already got it, I obviously wouldn't ask anybody to download something new. But we did have a wonderful, fabulous folk on that one. Let me just get this here real quick. Hold on. And I don't want to call anybody out in particular for this one.
Oh no,
Dana. The first name's Dana. We'll just say that. It was Dana. And it's God's Signpost. There you go. God's Signpost for $10 over on the Cash App side. So we certainly appreciate you very much. And I don't know if God's Signpost's out here. But if God's Signpost shows up, we'll play something for them if they end up showing up tonight. If not, Sunker, remind me on Thursday and we'll get them if they show up on Thursday as well. But yeah, so those are the fun things for this evening, boys and girls, and we certainly appreciate it. And obviously, gifting subs, all that kind of stuff will get you. Anything you do over on Rumble will get you like some version of Sydney Sweeney dancing all over my face. And because you guys can't hear the audio, I'll play it for you as well because I've got all of those clips in the back as well. This Eccentric, good to see you, buddy, over on the Rumble side. And I know we had a few of the folks pop in early on because I know Sunker gave us a raid. This Eccentric, Spartacus Griffin, Tabletop Junkie, Your Average Patriot Nerd, Hassa. There we go. Okay, cool.
I'm more so the pre-show for everyone who shows up here anyways. So.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And it works out great. Everybody likes that. Gives you some game time and everybody gets to, and you actually get some stream time in. So it works out really nicely. But good to see you, this Eccentric.
Tongue-tied.
There you go. Exactly. John Washburn. Good to see you, John. Glad you made it in. Says, hail, John. There's Tabletop. Now I can highlight Tabletop. Oh, and Skeletor. I see you over on Pilled as well, brother, because we are on Pilled, Kick, Twitter, Twitch. We're on all those fun alternative platforms. Remember, because boys and girls, we do have to shut the YouTube down at the beginning of this because BBC copyright claims are absolutely insane. And because of YouTube's bot system and all that kind of stuff, we can't watch the whole episode over there with you guys. So this is a watch and review. So we're actually doing it. We fall completely and totally within federal guidelines of what fair use is, but because of the bots, because of all of the abuse over there on those systems, we have to watch it on the alternative platforms. And honestly, we love ourselves some Rumble over there. So make sure you guys join us on one of those alternative platforms out there. And I know our dear sweet Peter Beckman's fan site has already dropped those links. She didn't get to drop them right away, unfortunately, boys and girls, because she was doing her proper womanly duties and she was in the kitchen. So praise be to the Lord for that. No one her place in the world, but she also knows that she's a mod and she's got other responsibilities. And so she was kind enough to drop some links out there as well. She said it, not me. So shout out.
We are officially inviting you to invade Rumble. Okay.
There you go. Oh yeah. Skeletor's happy over on Pilled. He's good over there. What's up, nerds? Okay. Good peeps. Good to see you, Skeletor. Yeah. Doctor Who indeed. Hassa. Say, yay. There he is. Another fine member of the nerd herd as well. Your Average Patriot Nerd. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it in. Got some of his requests in. We're working on some pirate Sunker for him, but Grok ran out of generations. We were really having a fun time with that as well. Tabletop Junkies is pretty good. Just chilling. Made my goal of 100 followers. Woohoo!
Yep. We got that this morning.
Congratulations, dude. Just about to set my next goal for 200 followers for June. Well, there you go. And boys and girls, if you haven't already, click on Tabletop Junkies icon in the Rumble chat, and you can go find his Rumble channel and give Homeboy a follow. Table's good people. We had Table on for a show last week, and it was a good time.
It was really good.
Yeah, his little demonic icon. It was great. It was great. Devastator 5319. Good to see you, buddy. Says howdy, everyone. Howdy, Devastator. Rodimus Supreme says, "Damn, Sunker." I know, right?
It's a fucking shirt.
wait till we see if anybody wants to see the videos tonight. Yeah, you're gonna.
Oh, you've already got requests.
Rodimus. Stick around. Well, the requests have to come in forms of donations. Oh, I know. We've got lots of. I know. I was making videos of the requests. Fantastic, sarcastic. What's up, buddy? Another fine member of the Nerd Herd. So, speaking of intoxicants, hi, Sunker.
I'm going to kill you. Can you go back to being me? This overtly nice thing is fucking killing me. Go back to being me.
Kyo Saber. What's up, Kyo? Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it in. Doctors Without Peace. There you go. Tabletop Junkie for Super Earth. That's right. For Super Earth. We love it. All right. Yahtzees were Marguses. That's right. Exactly. Tabletop. Devastator 5319. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Melissa Smith. What's up, sister? 7830. Good to see you, Melissa. Good to see you, sister. Yes, cheese. Yeah, Hassa wants a cheeseburger too. Jordan Buzz. What's up, buddy? Hi, are you guys excited about the Jurassic World movie and the Mummy 4 coming out? And do you guys love Coronation Street? Never watched Coronation Street. The Mummy 4 with Brandon Fraser that one I am excited for. And as far as, because I'm just really excited to see the whole crew get back together. And it seems like the crew is really excited to get back together. They sound like they have some really good ideas for that one. So I'm totally down for that. And Jurassic World, I didn't watch any of them after the first Chris Pratt one. I enjoyed that, just not enough to go out of my way and see the rest of them. But I don't know.
I find the Jurassic World series really gay and stupid. I had a low opinion of any sequels to The Mummy after 3, which was terrible. But yeah. I'm glad to hear the old everyone is coming back for 4 because that's where it got a little iffy and weird. Was that you didn't have the full crew on 3, and if it ends with like his son becoming basically Indiana Jones, I'm here for it.
And there is only 4 of the modern Mummy movies. There's none other being made.
There you go.
Are we ever going to get a Scorpion King sequel?
I hope not.
I hope not. Have you never noticed the Scorpion movie series?
Can I be bad here? I actually like the Scorpion King movie. I don't hate it.
All I can remember from that movie is the piss poor CGI of the Scorpion King showing up in the other movie or whatever it was.
That was like Mummy 2.
1, 2, yeah, so like that's literally every time I think of the Scorpion King movie, that's all I can see. So it's got me all screwed up.
There's 5 Scorpion King movies.
That's a sci-fi quality. That's a sci-fi.
There's one released in 2002, one released in 2008, 12, 15, 18.
Yeah.
Are they animated or something?
No, they're live action.
The Rock starred in them?
The Rock started in, I think, at least 1 or 2 of them, but then they had another guy do the rest.
Okay, so I think The Rock was in the first one, and then they sci-fi sequeled to Plus of those movies, if I recall.
Okay, that's different. Okay,
is the Scorpion King jumping ahead like a couple hundred years?
No, there's most like spin-off in the past kind of movies.
Oh god, that's horrible.
It'd be cool having like be in a western, like or like a pirate movie with the Scorpion King.
This is Pirate Scorpion King.
Ron Perlman was in 3.
Oh my god. Well, he'll play in anything. So. NC Native says, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Dalek invasion of Earth? Well, I guess we're going to find out. I mean, at least 6 because there's 6 episodes. So, I mean, at least that's 6. See, there she is. Link's incoming was in the kitchen. See, exactly.
I love you, Peter Franklin's fan site. We love you much.
We do love her. She's great. She is awesome. Real White Nation Gaming. What's up, Wade? Good to see you, buddy.
Hello.
Glad you made it in, Wade. Glad you made it in. What if Houdini got a PH2? There would be 2 Doctor Who's.
Well, if you missed what I replied to him is, this is Houdini. Can you actually sit him down and pin him in his PhD? Because with
Oh.
PhD, you're not supposed to just give it to the certificate. You have to bin them. So,
No.
good luck on that.
That's Darth Dave, I see you over on Kick with this eccentric as well. Good to see you, Darth Dave. Sunker Angel is awesome, 100%. And we have Sunker Angel. We have Sunker Angel videos as well, but I think you guys are really going to appreciate the new ones. I think you guys are really going to appreciate the new ones.
Going over and pretending to be a sorority girl was both a blessing and a curse, you motherfuckers.
Oh, dude, that shit was hilarious yesterday while I was editing videos. That shit was absolutely hilarious. Did you pimp yet? Brimstone! What's up, buddy? This is Hail Panel. Greetings, chat. Hail.
Hello.
Brimstone. Good to see you, buddy. Glad
I
you
will
made
say
it.
that there is a running joke. There's a slight bit of a little bit of a joke towards Harry Houdini in the with the third Doctor. Here, he's like trying to escape, and he's like, there was this one guy that I knew who like taught me how to do these tricks. His name is like Harry Howard. Harry.
Oh no.
Houseman.
Oh, yes, that's right. Harry Houdini.
There you go.
Like trying to name drop without really saying the name right. Like George Washington.
The third Doctor is when he's more, in a way, more action. I mean, more action oriented in a way. That's let me put it this way. The third one is when you get Rover, the robot dog.
No, that's the fourth Doctor. The fourth Doctor gets K9.
No, K9.
K9. I thought it was
Rover.
No.
Rover, yeah, K9. What are you for Rover?
Dude,
he gets K9 with when he has Leela as his companion right after Sarah Jane left.
God damn, that was that sorority girl stream was really fucking wild with how low Scott was going. I wish I could go as like low as Gigi. The chick playing Gigi was fucking phenomenal. I fucking loved her.
Yeah. She was good. She was really good. Yeah, and I've got Sunker's epilogue is essentially what I made as a video, her epilogue to that show. Because
where I blew up.
Kind of. Maybe I caught the wrong part of the stream. I don't know. There you go. Yeah, see, thank you, everybody else. K9's in the chat. That's right. There are K9's in the chat. One of the best doggos. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm the twin dog.
But yeah, the third Doctor is the action hero Doctor. He's like the spy action hero, which is kind of really fun.
It's going to be a good time.
I want to see a Black Mirror episode where those robot the machine head robot dogs are like on the loose, and then at the last minute K9 comes in and that'd be
and just zaps them all. He's like,
zaps them all or outthinks them, and
he's like, this is going to be a page out of one of my enemy's books, but exterminate.
But here's the thing, it wouldn't be Black Mirror because Black Mirror is supposed to be nihilistic and depressing.
But that would be the twist, is you're expecting it to go one way and curveball.
That is true.
Yeah, see, you expect it to be dark and nihilistic, and they actually give you a happy ending. We were doing on Nick's Comic Shop Talk last night. We were going through Spider-Man. We're doing Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. Well, we just finished the Fantastic Four run that we're doing. But the Spider-Man comic was really funny because at the end of it is when Gwen Stacy comes back from London and like runs into Peter's arms and they're all, lovey-dovey again. And the end of it is literally, and see who says we never give Spidey a happy ending.
And then you fucking kill her by dropping her ass off a building.
Yeah, that's not for a few more issues, but
and then you gave him a bomb-ass redhead, and then you gave their marriage to Satan.
Yeah, we don't talk about anything post 2000. We don't talk about anything post 2000.
No, they got married. They had a son and daughter, and the daughter's going off doing now Spider-Man stuff. Spider-Woman.
Yeah, now she's doing Spider-Woman stuff.
Mayday Parker.
Mayday, yep, there you go.
Right, I'm
Mayday
a little
Parker.
out of it, but I'm still at least kind of competent. All right.
There you go.
I'm confident.
I endorse that lore.
There you go. That's
that was-
headcanon. That's canon.
It is. Screw the rest of them.
Stan Lee kept doing I think it was like the Sunday comics, and he kept going Spider-Man, but without the bullshittery. So he just kept developing that story in little comic book strips on your Sunday paper.
It's true. That wasn't done until like 2008, 2009. Let me check and see if it's still going. I think he might have actually handed it off to somebody else. But he was doing it personally until then.
What will be? What's up, buddy? Shadow War 99 is a happy ending. When this become a great market Asian massage? Great market Asian massage.
I should see those. I should check those out. I won't feel embarrassed about getting a massage there. Like, you've seen worse.
She's fondled and washed balls. So yeah. Speaking of fondling and washed balls,
how is this connected to Doctor Who? I don't get.
We randomly go off into whatever direction.
I think I've been subject to a bait and switch here. I thought it was going
on. Yeah, actually,
this is actually
we just talk about bullshit for an hour. Yes,
I tried, man. I tried once.
This is actually about reviewing masseuses.
No, like here, Jason, I know you're old enough to remember going into comic book shops and how those conversations went. Does this surprise you at all? Okay, that's exactly what I thought.
I like that note too. It's just like it almost just like resignation.
No. 100%. By the way, Shadow Warden 99 is naked in the chat, so is NC Native.
Oh, Shadow.
But yeah, boys and girls. So let's get into something real quick. We'll get a little Doctor Who. Give the YouTube side a little bit more time. What did everybody think of last week's story? And are you excited to see the Daleks return? Griffin, since you're feeling the worst, I'll make you go first.
You rhymed intentionally, right? Yes, yep. I'm looking forward to it. I had seen this long ago. Right now, my brain is really fuzzy. And no, not any sort of drugs, just stuff.
They need some kind of drugs. One that you get from a pharmacist.
No. I've pretty much been staying in bed. Anyway, sob story over, okay? Yes, definitely looking forward to tonight. I do know one thing, but no, I'm not going to say because it's spoiler. It's your typical iconic, so nope, no spoiling.
Well, that works. That works. Sunker, go ahead. I know you're itching to talk about the balls on a Dalek.
I love those balls. Okay, so for the previous arc, because I can't call them series because it fucks with my American brain too much. The previous arc of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was silly. They probably had a lot of fun on set because they were just dealing with big props everywhere. And I don't hate it, but it's not spectacular. And also fucking Barbara being such a bitch and not going over and just fucking telling him that she touched the poison. Worst fucking friend ever. She wouldn't fucking tell you she got bit by the zombie. Not in my zombie party. Other than that, it was also really weird to see the Doctor way more cautious and caring towards his companions. So that was a massive jump from the end of season 1 to going into season 2. He's actually much more courteous to them. He's not an absolute dick. So it's very off-put. It's a bit surprising to go over and see that. I was going to say off-putting. It's not. It's just oh, you're a nice old man now instead of a cunt.
You're offended by that?
No, not offended. I found it very surprising, but it did make sense given that they went through the trials and tribulations of the French Revolution. So I guess if you're not going to be friends after that, you're never going to be friends.
Nothing to head over. Yeah.
Plus, also the 5 other adventures they went together during the inter-season period, which are only available on audio dramas and left behind the big finish. Assholes!
Right. Which is another one of them situations, too, where it's a lot of people that just watched the show probably never saw those. So that's why our whole argument over the French Revolution kind of thing went with that. But yeah, sorry, Sunker, go ahead.
And
I know you were talking about balls.
Well, yes, now we're getting into the Dalek balls. This is going to be very interesting. This is going to be the first time because we've seen Daleks invade Manhattan or Cybermen invade Manhattan. We've seen Daleks fucking invading Britannia multiple times. So this is going to be the first time we see it for the first time. This is basically going to be the template they're going to be using and tweaking and modifying and changing every time they revisit the story because they revisit it a lot. So I'm going to be interested to see baseline foundation and to see how it evolved over time.
Sweet. That'll work. That'll work then. That'll work. Spartacus, go ahead.
I mean, what else can be said about the last series? It was fun. It's definitely a short little thing, but it also, yes, it does show a little bit of the change of temperament that the Doctor has, that he's kind of been developing since the Edge of Tomorrow, so the Edge of Destruction arc, which was like the third arc of season 1. In which case he's not as cynical, he's not an asshole as much, and yeah, I mean it's not perfect. And actually, it was originally 4 episodes instead of 3, but they decided that it was too long to produce, so they
shrunk it down.
They dissected and cut up episodes 3 and 4 and edited them together to make what they did have. There are restructure. There's like there are out there videos of what people interpret the original structure of the last 2 episodes, and I did find one that night when I read about it. So, but yeah, it was supposed to show like the cat being killed because it drank water that had poison in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so every sci-fi show has to have a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of, because I mean, it's sci-fi. You're supposed to have fun little adventures like that.
In a way, even the original Star Trek had that for a short while. That was the Halloween episode.
I thought you were saying the Dalek thing was shrunk down, so I'm like, I had a great joke lined up, but now I'm cucked. Now I'm a bit cucked. Yeah, I was gonna do a Dalek joke.
Oh well, he rolled all over that one. Well, all right, Jason. I know you're excited to see Daleks tonight. Good. Well, I guess we'll get into it then, boys and girls. We'll get into it. So all of you fabulous folks that are over there on YouTube, and no, Melissa, I can't blame you this time, but I'll blame you next time. I promise I'll find a way. Eric D. Reed, what's up, buddy? Balls of steel indeed. Eric
Let's hurry up because that ball joke went limp.
Real quick question. I know this is the place to ask.
It is. Go ahead.
Yes.
So is it true that there's some guy who worked at the BBC, and anytime they use the Daleks, he gets royalties? Is that true?
Oh.
So the way that the BBC works is like they own the Doctor Who franchise, they own the rights to it, but certain elements that are brought in from other people are owned by the estates unless they sell them to the BBC. So the creator of the Daleks, Terry Nation, his estate owns the rights to the Daleks, and so the BBC needs to negotiate with them anytime that they want to use any time that they want to renegotiate a contract for a period of time to use the Daleks.
And then because it's the UK, so that they pay him $1 million to use the Daleks, and then they tax him at like 99% and get it back, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, probably.
Pretty much.
Also, just to refresh my memory, given that how crazy media works, do they always have to go over and show a Dalek episode every year?
That's part of the agreement.
Okay, so that's why they always keep showing back up.
Yeah, if they don't show them, then they lose. Then the contract breaks. The Daleks immediately go back to the Terry Nation estate, and if they ever want to use the Daleks again, they have to renegotiate.
Whoa, yeah.
So I do remember that they had to keep showing an episode. I didn't know the reason why, so I was like, okay, that explains a lot.
There you go. Well, that's pretty cool. Then. All right. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you fabulous folks over there on YouTube, we appreciate you. I hope you had a good time hanging out with us. Click those wonderful links that our dear sweet Peter Venkman fan site loves to drop all up in our chat, boys and girls. But for everybody else out there, Sunker, start waving. Because I gotta hit the share screen button, and I gotta hit where. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the clip of Sunker saying ball that she loves balls.
Joe Biden, stop pushing the wrong button. Okay, jeez.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it with that wonderful, because we are in for the invasion of the Daleks invading Earth. That's good.
God, you guys went over and said jiggle physics. I'm like, let me see how this. Oh, that's a lot.
Grok does jiggle physics very, very well.
Oh no!
Yeah, Grok does jiggle physics.
The original opening. That's Jesus. That's loud.
Is it loud?